Oh, man, it's been a minute. On our Worst Behavior, episode 11. Yo, this is BJ. I got a special guest in here tonight. My boy Burdman, Daniel Burdman. Bird, say what's up to the people.
What up, people?
Yeah, Deak couldn't be here this week. He is, actually, it's Deak's week to watch the girls at R. Kelly house. So, shout out to Deak. Hope that everything's well. But really, Deak is gearing up for a movie right now. He's real busy studying his script, so wish him luck for that. But here we go, episode 11. It's been a while. Bird, tell the people about yourself, man.
All right, so I'm about 6'3", 220 pounds of raw steel. Oh, you mean like not my dimensions? No.
Yeah, not your dimensions. I mean, unless you're trying to get a date.
Well, a man can dream. So, how about this?
All right.
Our relationship. Pause.
Okay, yeah, please. Yeah, that came out really, really bad. All right, okay. Our friendship, rather.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Our friendship. All right, so we known each other since.
Shh. Man, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. It's been a real long, over 20 years.
It's been a really, really, really long time. Too long. About 20 years too long.
Yeah, I mean, it's to the point now. I really don't even think I like you anymore. It just, well, you gotta keep you around.
I never liked you.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Do you remember the text message exchange we had on your birthday last year? Oh, your birthday was like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I did have a birthday a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
But you remember the exchange we had?
Well, I told you that you were a horrible person.
Yes. Oh, how'd it go? I was proud of you because me and your mom. Shout out to Julie.
I would see 21.
Yeah, we never thought you'd be walking and talking and doing all that at the same time. So we're real proud of you, though.
Yeah,
that's real talk. That came from the heart.
It's been difficult. I mean, I've learning how to walk and talk at the same time is one of the biggest challenges I've had in my life.
And well, you still haven't gotten the talking thing down, but you're walking though.
My talking is. It's amazing that people listen to this podcast the way I talk.
But you know what, though? Mumble rap is kind of a thing now. So it's kind of like...
So this is a mumble podcast.
Right.
So I should do the whole podcast like... OJ!
That's basically how you do the podcast, actually.
Oh! I didn't know it sounded like that.
Speaking of OJ...
Oh, yeah. The juice.
The juice.
He up for parole tomorrow. They're actually showing it on ESPN at 1 o'clock.
Which is crazy. I heard, is OJ really 70?
Yeah, he would have to be.
That's old.
Yes.
It's amazing. So wait a minute. If OJ's 70 and that murder happened, what?
1994.
90? So that was 23 years ago?
Yeah.
OJ was old when he didn't murder those people.
OJ, I mean, he played football in the 70s. So let's say he stopped playing in his 30s. So in the 80s, he was in his 40s. The 90s.
Yeah, he had to. If he's 70 now, 23 years ago,
yeah.
That would put him at 47. So I guess that's not that old. But at what age do you stop killing people?
I mean, you can kill anybody at any age.
That's true.
I mean, they got that man that had the jewelry store. He killed his wife a couple months ago. He was way past 70, if I'm not mistaken.
But it's amazing to me that OJ is still this big of a deal. And how many years did he get? Like 30-some years?
Yeah, but he's only been there for 9.
He got locked up for stealing his own memorabilia, right?
Yeah, got locked up for stealing his own stuff. But they locked him up because
he didn't kill those.
Because he didn't kill those two.
My only thing is this:
people.
I feel the same way about OJ as I feel about Bill Cosby. And a black man just can't do those kind of things to white people and get away with it. If he really did it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't kill a white woman.
Not only a white woman, you can't kill a pretty blonde white woman.
The white man's prize.
Exactly.
His trophy.
The blonde hair, blue-eyed.
Were you going to say devil?
No.
Oh.
Heck no. You want them to shut down my podcast? No, that blonde hair, blue-eyed Nubian queen. That's what
but you
can't go around killing them.
Yeah, you can't kill them and then not go to jail. It's just not possible. But I do think it's interesting that he was about to release that book on if he did kill.
If I
did it, this is how I would, or whatever case, something like that.
I don't believe. Well, no, I take that back. I can see why OJ could kill that woman because she was messing around with that other guy. Just like when Hulk Hogan was going through that thing with his wife, and he said, if he did it, I can understand why OJ did. Hulk Hogan said that.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan says a
lot of things he probably shouldn't say. But
OJ is like he is literally probably the only guy, not the only guy, but his murder was such a big deal that he could literally come out with murder memorabilia, like gloves. Like they could totally be selling knives, OJ knives.
I can go in the store right now. If I see a pair of black gloves, I don't be like, oh, I'm buying those black gloves because they're London Fog. Or I see a pair of black gloves, I immediately think OJ Simpson and him trying them on. You know, I actually remember sitting at my grandma's house watching watching it.
When he put those gloves on.
I said, man, even back then, I said to myself, he is innocent in quotations.
You know that
quotations.
What did OJ call himself? One take OJ. So apparently, when he was doing his acting, like he would nail every scene in one take.
One take OJ.
So he's standing up there with the gloves on, like, come on, OJ, you're an actor, man. But you know,
the one thing about this thing that I find. What's the word I'm looking for? Some people don't know that he used to play football.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I remember being in high school and this girl, we were in class, and I can't remember how it even came up. And like I said, I was in high school, and she said, why is OJ Simpson so popular? I mean, I know he killed somebody, but why was that such a big deal? And we were like, he used to be in the NFL. He's a Hall of Famer. She was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I think the murder stuff kind of hides the fact that OJ he didn't just play football. He was
good.
One of the best to ever do it.
I remember my daddy saying, and I'm saying this verbatim, if OJ get out that damn Bronco and start running, the police ain't never gonna catch him. He said they used to call him the Juice. And I was like, and I remember having NFL films, tapes and stuff. My mom and dad used to buy it. OJ was on there.
But yeah, there's a lot of people that which I mean, that happened. We were really young, 6 years old, 5, 6 years old,
94,
7 years old. But there are a lot of people that would put OJ top 3, even top 2, running backs of all time. But now he's kind of like that name you can't mention.
You got someone saying he was number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah. Well,
I've heard him be number 1 on a lot of lists, you know, between him, Jim Brown, Walter Payton.
Well, you know the funny thing you said about you said something about Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
OJ and Bill Cosby are just starting to look alike. They're the only 2 cats I know that have a haircut and no taper.
It's that natural hairline.
I don't know what they got going on. And their hair just look the same.
What do you charge them for? Do you charge them for a haircut? So typically, like, if you get a haircut, it might be $12. A shape up is $7. So you just charge them $5.
I want to like they don't brush their hair. They just have to comb it. They just comb their hair all the time.
Nah. See, Bill Cosby. I feel like I said. I feel the same way about Bill Cosby. You can't rape that many.
Bill Cosby and OJ should just move in together.
No, they shouldn't.
What do you mean they shouldn't?
No.
What do you mean?
Why would they move in together?
I mean, why not? Matter of fact, I said that on one podcast that Bill Cosby and Bill O'Reilly should have a reality show together after that Bill O'Reilly got that sexual harassment thing. So now OJ gets paroled. Okay. Now you add Bill Cosby, Bill O'Reilly, and OJ. What would the
show be called?
If I Did It, This Is How.
I like that.
Yeah. I like Bill O'Reilly said he didn't do it. Bill Cosby said he didn't do it. OJ said he didn't do it. So yeah,
that would be a dope show. Though.
That's what I'm saying.
I like the concept of that.
It would just be like a reality show.
Yeah,
line up a lot of women, and whoever comes out the sole survivor.
What about? So I don't know what Bill O'Reilly. I don't know what his thing was because I feel like with Bill and OJ, we would come out with like some type of video game. You know, like Bill Cosby's special move could be a Quaaludes. Just like throw Quaaludes,
Quaaludes at you.
Yeah. OJ could be knives and
Yeah.
kind of dope. Or maybe
Yeah.
like hidden characters on Mortal Kombat or something.
OJ get his
Could you picture this though? Like finish him.
Yeah.
And then Bill Cosby take a Quaalude,
yeah.
put it in a drink.
OJ get his finisher when you retrieve the black glove.
Oh man. Speaking of football,
Yes.
Mike Vick.
Mike Vick is he first of all, thank you. Michael Vick is stupid because listen, if there's one football player that I am down for right now, or I will have his back forever, is Colin Kaepernick. I don't know him personally. I would love to meet him, but that is one person I am down for because he is fighting for the cause. For Michael Vick to say the stuff he did, I'm like, dude, do you know that? I mean, there was a time where people were making Michael Vick Falcons jerseys with Mexico on the back of them because he is Ron Mexico. That was his alias.
I was just so disappointed in him. You know, sometimes you read quotes and you wonder what was the context in which some things were said. And I watched him on video saying it, and it wasn't even like a joke. He was serious. He needs to cut his hair. That's what's keeping him from being really.
I mean, I don't like the fact that he did that because I mean, Mike went to prison and got a second chance, and you say someone had to straighten their image. No, your image had to do that stuff, but Mike had to do it more so because I mean, first of all, that guy was fighting dogs. I mean, that guy was fighting. There's probably someone who got busted for having a bunch of pit bull puppies in their backyard, and that's what Michael Vick was doing.
But Mike Vick, like as soon as he started talking, I heard the horn blowing on the coon train. I was like, oh Lord, this cat is about to start dancing, and he just tap dance all over that stage. I hope he gets the job he was trying to get.
He better get the job he was trying to get.
I hope he gets the job.
Because if he don't, and you shucking and jiving like that for no job, shoot, boy, Mike Vick might be fighting pit bulls again here in another year or so.
Man, I know he went backstage and got some nice warm butter biscuits. Just out here, just dancing.
Dancing.
Yes, Mr. White Man, I'll go out there and tell everybody that's why Cap don't have a job, because his hair is nappy.
Yeah, Mike, we need you to do something for us. What's that, boss? Go out there and tell them that Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job because he has an afro. He should cut his hair. And then that cat went out there and did it.
All right, so I was thinking about this the other day.
Okay.
About Jerry Jones.
I love Jerry Jones.
Mainly because of what's going on right now with Ezekiel. And, I actually think Jerry Jones is the dopest owner. I like Mark Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Jerry Jones is definitely dopest owner in football. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but here's what I like about Jerry Jones, and then that's why I think Jerry Jones is bad.
Jerry Jones, Mr. Johnny Walker Black.
But this is why I think Jerry Jones is bad for. He's bad for the players. And here's why. I think Jerry Jones is awesome because he's one of the few owners, especially when you think about basketball and baseball, where they have basketball has a soft cap, baseball has no cap, football has the hard cap, but Jerry Jones really wants to win. So he would actually if he could go over the cap, he would, because he wants to win that bad. The reason why I think he's bad for athletes is because he gives the rest of us as fans the illusion that all owners really want to win and they really want to make money.
Yeah.
It's a business. It's entertainment. And you think about basketball and owners like, oh no, we can't afford to sign that player. Like KD took a pay cut in order for them to sign Iguodala.
Yeah.
But in reality, they're billionaires. They could afford to pay KD the max and keep Iguodala and Sean Livingston. But because we have owners like Jerry Jones who are hell-bent on winning, we actually think everything the owner does is to win. So I think it hurts the players because public perception is, well, they can't spend that money. So I like Jerry Jones because he is actually one of the few people who takes the winning seriously, but I think his eagerness to win hurts the player because it ruins public perception of what the owners really want, and that's the dollar bill. That's what it comes down to.
That's exactly what it comes down to. And, of course, I like Jerry Jones being a Cowboys fan. But more so, I like Jerry Jones because Jerry just likes to have fun. And he encourages fun with his players. Now, sometimes that kind of...
too much fun.
Yeah, sometimes it looks like lately a lot of players have a little too much fun. But just come to work, clock in, do your job, and really whatever you do after that is really no one's business. But you're under contract, so you should.
Do you think Ezekiel's going to get suspended?
I hope he does it. You want me to... I
didn't say do you hope.
I mean, do I think he will?
Do you think he's going to get suspended?
My honest...
Yes.
Yes, I do.
So,
and I think I don't know how many games, but I think they're going to do it. Not... Because, first of all, the thing that happened in Ohio, the judge in Ohio was like, threw it out. Like, he was basically innocent. But, you got that. Then right after that, you should have just laid low. Then he did the thing on St. Patrick's Day, which really was no problem because, on St. Patrick's Day, who doesn't like to see a nice pair of titties in their face at a parade?
On any day, a nice...
Well, yeah, who wants a nice pair of titties on their face? On any day. And then he had the day with the boat, which I thought you could do anything on the boat. I thought there was no rules on the water. And then the thing that happened recently, which they said that he didn't throw the punch, but, he was there. And, but then it wasn't late, though. I heard it happened at 9:30. So, but 9:30 on a Sunday, that's late, That's not like 9:30 on a Friday or Saturday.
5 o'clock on a Sunday is late.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right about that.
But no, where there's smoke...
Especially when you live here in the Bible Belt.
There's definitely fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
So his luck is bound to run out. This might be one of the few times that a suspension would actually be good for a player. Yeah,
I think he just needs... Yeah, a suspension might be good for him. Just chill out. Then I think he just turned 22 this week. So, he's really... I remember when I first turned 21, I wanted to go out there. A lot of places I couldn't get into, but I'm pretty sure Zeke Elliott was able to get into those places already. Yeah. But when I turned 21, which was my birthday last year, think people believe that?
No, absolutely.
But I remember I wanted to go places I couldn't go before. So I think that had a lot to do with it too with Zeke, and so hopefully he'll get back on the straight and narrow, because I think he'll be okay. I think at this point now, with anything anybody about to do, you got to listen who might be getting parole tomorrow.
Yeah.
So anybody could get a second chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, he did serve 9 years for stealing his own stuff. That...
It's not the fact that he's
30-year sentence.
Did you ever hear the audio of him? He came in there like a straight up gangster. He had his boys and stuff with him. He came in.
He was strong arm.
Yeah, you just heard. At first, you just heard a bunch of stuff. Like, duh. Then you just heard.
Oh, wait a minute. How does stuff sound again? The hell is moving gorilla?
Yeah, pretty much. You just heard a bunch of like scuffling stuff, right? Then you just heard OJ. All right, get against the wall. Get against the wall. For some reason, he sounded like Beavis and Butthead's principal. Get against the wall. Shut your mouth. And he just started saying all types of stuff. And I was like...
But wait, at this point...
And he had his boys
OJ
with him.
60. He's in his 60s at this point.
Yeah. Listen, you ever watch the mob movies? all them mobsters be old. I never seen a movie with young mobsters.
You know what I would like to see? I think it would be dope if OJ had a reality show. Just to follow him and just hear like his thought process. OJ looks at life differently. I don't think it's cool that when OJ say he's not black, he's OJ.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's cool.
He lived in Brentwood.
I don't think that's cool, but I think there is an element to truth to that.
You got to think for where OJ came from, and then you were this great athlete. You played at University of Southern California. You were good there at USC. Then you went to the NFL. You were great. You played in Buffalo. Then you live in freaking Brentwood. Hertz was paying you I think Hertz was paying him like $55,000 a month or something like that. to do those commercials.
Dang.
Yeah.
His NFL, he's still getting his pension, isn't he?
Yeah. And then, I mean, then you
He
already
actually lived long enough to get it.
Then you already know. I mean, in his eyes, shoot, he probably thought that he was living the full American dream because he got that blonde hair, blue eyed Nubian princess.
Yeah.
Nubian princess. Because I don't know when you was talking about that blonde eyed, blue haired devil. I don't know what he talking about.
How does OJ live to be 70 though? Like football players die way sooner than that.
Shoot, I mean, probably because he been in jail for 9 years.
I mean, what is it, CTE?
First of all, maybe he never had. I mean, do you really, in your heart of heart, did you think OJ did it? My blackness won't let me admit that he did it.
In my heart of hearts, do I think OJ did it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But there's definitely some doubt.
I don't think that OJ did it, but I think he was there when it happened.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't.
Especially when he told the police that, well, after it happened, no, I would. They said they saw your vehicle coming this way. He said, no, I wouldn't take that way. I would take this way. Like, because you know he owes the Gomez $33 million because they took it to a civil case and he was found guilty. So,
but they can't touch his pension.
No.
So OJ makes what, $30,000 a month for his NFL pension?
They said that when he went to jail, no, in 1994 his net worth was like $10 million, and now it's like $250,000.
It's not bad for a man in prison.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it's got to be all liquid. What does OJ have?
Nothing. They took all his stuff because I'm pretty sure he didn't get that stuff back that he tried to steal when he was robbing those people. So he definitely don't have that.
It's
and
crazy.
Then another person who will definitely have to get added to this fun house, the reality show with Bill Cosby, Bill O'Reilly, and OJ is one Mr. Robert Kelly. R. Kelly to some of you people. The Pied Piper of R&B.
Yeah.
The Pied Piper. R. Kelly is, first of all, for R. Kelly to have everybody still, he never should deserve a second chance.
This is when we knew R. Kelly was like, okay. Well, we knew with the Aaliyah situation. We
Aaliyah
knew
was
when
15.
we saw the video of the 14-year-old.
He peed on a 14-year-old person.
But all right, so sometimes maybe you grow up in a certain situation, circumstance, and psychologically, what is normal to you in your upbringing, you don't realize is not actually normal. So maybe he has something going on where someone, I don't know, maybe he was molested. We don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe he grew up on a compound. I don't know. Maybe he grew up in some place where that was normal, sleeping with kids. But this is when we knew that OJ really had a problem. Not OJ, I mean R. Kelly. It's when R. Kelly said, when he was asked on BET, when he was doing that interview, and the guy asked him if he liked underage women, or was it underage? I think it was underage. And R. Kelly's response, very simple. There's only one answer to that question. If I ask you, BG, you like underage women? There's only one answer you give.
No.
R. Kelly said, by underage,
what
do you mean? And that point I said, all right. Houston, we have a problem. This brother is sick.
Mr. Robert Kelly.
This is not the point where you argue whether or not 18 or 19 is old enough. This is the point you on.
Well, R. Kelly, you probably argue that 14 or 15 is old enough.
I said, oh, man, R. Kelly, no, there was one right answer.
First of all, R. Kelly made a song called It Seems Like She's Ready.
Oh.
Yeah. So who knows what he was implying by that?
Have you been to his Instagram page?
Hell no. Why? I don't want to see that.
So when this stuff came out, I had to go to his Instagram page I wanted to see. I haven't seen R. Kelly and perform or anything in like years.
R. Kelly's Instagram page is probably filled with his MCM and WCW, nothing but Oshkosh Bagosh models.
Actually, like all of his
Was that too much? That's
no, all of his
okay.
Instagram is just it has like little toys and like little cartoon clips and things. No, I'm kidding.
Oh wow,
I'm kidding.
yeah.
I'm kidding. He's not a pedo. Well, he is, but I went to his Instagram just to look at it, and I'm just like, do you realize? Well, how old is RK? Like 50?
Yeah, he gotta be like 50 years old.
He looks like he's 20.
I can believe that.
I'm like, he's stuck in some dimension where he's not. All right, so my dad is what, 58? So R. Kelly's probably within 7-8 years of my dad's age.
Yeah.
Couldn't see them hanging out.
No.
Couldn't see it.
Well, I could see it with your dad because he's short enough that R. Kelly might think that he's in
He's a
high
kid?
school. Yeah, that he's in high school and that he can talk to him
He
to
wants to
get
get close to
close
his
to the
sister.
girls. Yeah. So yeah, so that's one reason why I think that it happened. But
It's weird, man.
R. Kelly also called himself the Pied Piper, which if anybody you're not sure who the Pied Piper is, you can Google him. But I am going to tell you who the Pied Piper is. The Pied Piper was a guy who lived in middle-aged Germany. I did my research on this, which I already knew who it was before, but I did my research just to be sure. Because I do research before these shows.
Right.
In quotations. But he went, the guy he was like an exterminator who would get rid of the rats and stuff. And the people who he did work for who did not pay him, he would blow his magical whistle and lure their children away. That's who the Pied Piper was.
So I feel like there's just one question we gotta ask
So
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly is telling us
But someone has to ask
child
him,
molester.
like someone has to ask him directly. Why are you
Doing it?
No, not why is he doing it? Why are you calling yourself?
The Pied Piper?
Yes.
Yeah, nobody seemed to ask him that. You know why? Because he made them step in the name of love.
Oh my god.
He made them step in the name of love. R. Kelly is a sick individual. I have not cursed yet on this podcast, which I don't think I have, but I'm thinking of this. I want to call him an MFer so bad. But he's an asshole. He's a real asshole.
He's sick, man.
Like, he don't have no older brothers or a brother look like, hey, look, dog, let me holler at you real quick, Rob. Hey, man, what's your problem, man?
A family member, somebody.
I mean, R. Kelly was having sex with girls back in the day when he made the sex tape who couldn't even go to his concerts.
Wow.
Yeah, you know?
The question is, what the hell does he hang out at middle schools? Like, how does he find his Vick, his prey, his...
He has to be a recreation basketball coach.
He probably, like, teaches step or something. Clogging or something. That's just...
Yeah. Come to Mr. Roberts' class, School of Gymnastics.
I was waiting for him to come out with an album for children. Like, some type of kids bop,
Yeah. I mean, I can only imagine going to R. Kelly's house and seeing stacks of Oshkosh Bagosh magazines, the Disney... I mean, I can only imagine his TV stays on the Disney Channel.
It's strange, man.
Yeah, that's strange. That's not... Well, you want to know something? I used to work with a guy, and I'm trying to say this clear. I used to work with a guy who worked with a guy before who was a pedophile. And he asked him, like, he said one day he was just like, fuck it, I'm going to ask him. Because, you know, you got to register as a sex offender, all this stuff like that.
Right.
So he said, I'm going to ask him, like, all right, what's your deal? Because this is gross. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he said that he asked him, and he said that the dude looked at him and said, it's like a disease. He said, the same way you see a hot girl, if I see a kid, that turns me on. As gross as it sounds, it is a real problem.
Wow. The only thing I can think is something as a child had to happen, and even if it wasn't molestation, just something that has to happen to you.
Yeah. Well, they say it's 6 girls living there, so obviously, you know, I'm gonna tell you like this. Now, I don't care. I ain't gonna say I don't care, but for you to have 6 people living with you, who are following rules this way, either, first of all, R. Kelly's made a lot of money. So I can only imagine living with somebody and you don't got to pay any bills is pretty awesome.
I wonder if they call him dad.
I don't know, but listen, I can't convince one person to do stuff half the time. You got 6 people to do something half the time. Just imagine if you put this energy into something positive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of wanting to, they said that he knows their sexual encounters. He tells them when to eat, when to sleep. I wonder what he feeds them.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, probably a lot of fruit roll-ups.
Yeah. Little Debbie cakes.
Little Debbie's.
For school lunch, probably.
Yeah. It's the summertime. You probably get a lot of free lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's chicken sandwich.
Make them feel at home.
Yeah. Chicken. Yeah. It's school lunch. I mean, I can only imagine all the Happy Meal toys are in there.
So what does he do when they become adults? Like,
oh, hey, you too old for me. You gotta go. You don't want to live your own life, get your whole place. You know. Yeah. What are you talking about?
I mean,
I know a real good guy that you might be interested in. You probably said something like that.
When you're with a guy that only likes children, you know that it's gonna be a short ride. I meant that, like, the relationship.
He's a sick person. I got a daughter now, so I don't play stuff like that. Like that's one of the things that, I mean, put it like this. You something like that ever happened to my daughter, the only thing I'm gonna say is, well, hey, if I did do it, this is how. If I did do it, this is how. I wouldn't have took that way to leave. I would have took this street there. Who, me? No, not me. Oh, those were gloves at the scene? Oh, come on. You try those gloves on. And these
before you
fit.
kill somebody, you buy, like, super small gloves.
Super small gloves.
Leave them at the scene.
Leave them at the sleeve. Yeah. I'm pretty sure R. Kelly got some extra small gloves at his house that he picked up from Baby Gap.
That's a sick man.
That's a very sick man. Bird, you in the real estate game now.
Yes, sir.
Tell everybody about it.
Oh, man. I am in the real estate game. So I'm in it on many fronts. I'm helping people buy and sell properties. I have some investment property myself. I've got long-term rentals, short-term rentals. Really, my big thing, though, is I'm trying to help my people specifically. Well, I'm working with all people, but specifically, I really want to show and teach and help my people, as in Africans here in America, to take advantage of this real estate game, because there's a lot of money to be made in it. So getting it on the investment side, you know what I'm saying? So that's really my passion. That's what my main goal is. So it's been interesting, been fun. I've been working with a lot of cool people. It's cool to be able to work with people that I know, people I went to school with. You know, I've got folks who didn't think they'd be able to buy their first home that we're getting into their first homes. I've got folks that didn't think they could get into the investment side, and we're getting them into the investment side. A lot of people don't know. Just a couple quick nuggets to throw out there is you can qualify for an FHA mortgage with 3.5% down with a 580 credit score. So the most common thing I get when I'm talking to people about getting ready to buy a home is they don't think they have the credit to do it. So the next question I always ask is, well, what's your credit need to be in order to get a home? And nobody knows. So 580 will get you in with 3.5% down. If you're above 620, in most cases, you're going to be qualified for USDA, which is going to get you into a home with no money down. Then we've got South Carolina down payment assistance program that's going to give you $6,000 down for down payment, go towards closing costs, etc. So once you get your score over 620, I mean, kind of sky's the limits. I mean, there's some income caps on that, but with the FHA stuff, you can even get a mortgage with a 500 credit score, FHA-backed mortgage with a 500 credit score. So there's just a lot of ways to do it. Other thing a lot of people don't realize is that when it comes to primary residence, anything under 5 units is going to be considered a primary resident. So 4 units or less. So that's a very easy way to get into the investment game. You know, buy you a 3-unit, 4-unit property, live in one, rent the others out. You know, get tenants, have them pay for your properties, and then your next property that you buy, you can also buy that as primary residence. So that's kind of what I'm doing, working with my folks, trying to teach them. I obviously have people who are wanting to buy dream homes. So my folks, I'm trying to discourage buying dream homes right now, but you know, try to build that residual income, that passive income, so that we can make moves and own some things, and you know, really set up some generational wealth. So yeah, man, that's what I've been doing.
When R. Kelly gets his dream home, it's gonna be Neverland, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't understand nothing he said. Because it was a lot of numbers in it. Anybody know me that BJ don't do numbers.
But yeah, man. So it's really not that difficult, man. It's a pretty simple process. So, anyways, I'm walking folks through that process. Speaking of BJ not doing numbers, that just made me think about, was that Buford? Who was that? Where you got laid out on that sideline, you got ran over.
Oh, we were playing football?
Yeah.
Oh, in high school? We were playing...
We weren't doing math.
We were playing Malden.
Was that Malden when I asked you if you were all right?
Yeah, it was in the playoffs. Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah. That kid was shorter than me. And he was playing rugby. And I'm short.
That kid was bringing the wood.
Yes,
I know I
did.
hit him. Well, he hit me. And all I remember was being on the sideline. That's my first time in my life. Anybody ever put me on my behind.
Yeah.
But I just remember being on the sideline. Man, I was so embarrassed.
Man.
Couldn't look at the crowd. I felt like everybody could see me.
I remember when that happened, the first person I saw was Bird. And he just said, "Hey, BJ, you all right?" I said, "Yeah." And then I just heard somebody calling my name to get me out the game. And then I remember when I did, I hollered at Coach Smith. Shout out to Coach Smith. He was just here a couple weeks ago, last week actually. But he looked at me and said, "BJ, you all right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Just go see the trainer." And he just told me to go see the trainer. And she was asking me some questions. I said, "Everybody did." I told her I was all right.
No. Do you remember this? This is why BJ is the most retarded person I know. And by retard, I don't mean to offend anyone who's retarded.
You mean I'm the biggest genius, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Genius is another word for stupid or idiot. So
Genius in quotations.
You remember we were at Camp Bob Cooper?
Yes, I remember. This is when you were fat, when you couldn't see your dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, do you remember when you had the genius idea of you were going to, now, mind you, this is spring. No, this is summer.
Summer.
And you know, summer's in the South. It's like 1,000 degrees outside.
1,000 degrees. Real hot.
Every time we go to get water, Satan's out there like, let me hit that also.
Yeah.
And so BJ has this genius idea that you're gonna go in everybody's room.
Except mine.
No, you don't. This.
Oh,
remember.
I had to hit mine first.
He goes into everyone's room, turns the heater on in the summer. Then BJ turns the heat on in his own room. I said, BJ, why would you turn the heat on in here?
Because
so they wouldn't know it was me, nigga.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So man, those a good time. And then that's when How High came out.
Yeah, everybody was playing Joe with Powder.
Uh-huh.
You know, I actually went to go see How High.
Powder.
Why would you wear? Yeah, exactly. I don't even think I brought deodorant to the camp. I was just like, whatever. I know we shower at night if you go to practice. But I actually went to see How High in theaters. I actually went to the theaters to see it.
Nah, I definitely saw that at home.
No, I saw it in the theaters. Me, Julian, my oldest brother, and his girlfriend at the time. We went to,
during that time, though, black market movies was pretty hot. I feel like the market's not as
but they were bad back then, though. Like now, you see.
I guess Fire Stick, same thing.
Yeah, you can see a good movie. Like they look like you're actually. The movie theaters just got to up their game up. They got to do more stuff. Like I think like they should have, because a lot of people getting all this stuff now. Movie theater, you got to make people want to go to the movie theaters. Like they need to have waitresses and you can sit down and they bring you your stuff like the popcorn.
Well, you have that in Cinnabar.
Oh yeah, Cinnabar.
Yeah. Which they've stepped their game up a lot, because I remember going there many times. It smelled like a porta potty in there.
Or what they really should do at the movie theaters, which I'm always thinking next level stuff, because it was a time in my life where one of the things I wanted to own was a brothel. They should have Netflix and chill at the movie theater.
Oh man!
You go there, you watch the movie, then after the movie is over, you can pick any girl you want. It's all included with the ticket.
There's only one problem with that.
What?
It's illegal.
No, it's not. No, it's not. There's all types of ways around this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry, I'll find the loophole.
Okay.
You go in, Netflix and chill at the movie theaters, all exclusive package. You call it the exclusive package.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds legal.
It sounds very legal.
Yeah, the exclusive pack. I thought it was gonna be called like the brothel.
Yeah. You can go in there and get blonde haired, blue eyed Nubian queen, brunettes, black women, Asian, any woman you want, right in there at the movie theater. Or
they could lower the prices on the tickets, the prices of the popcorn. Maybe I do enjoy a good IMAX movie though. The IMAX theater is pretty legit. So if the movie has a lot of action in it, like the Fast and Furious movies, like that one IMAX theater, it's worth it.
The movies used to be so cheap that I remember one of the first dates that I went on that I know for the entire night, because this one I was young and broke and had no money. The entire night, I honestly spent $17.
You went by yourself?
No.
With a girl?
Yeah. I went to a movie like kind of early.
What was this, like 05?
This was, yeah, 05, 06.
Yeah. Not now, man. Which is crazy.
Yeah, you can't even do that now.
We used to be able to go on a date for like $40.
$40 now, but I ain't doing nothing but filling up your tank.
$40, that's like 2 movie tickets. Man, take me back to that. I remember $12 is what it used to cost me to fill up that BMW.
Oh, yeah, I remember that little BMW. One day we used to listen to that Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
That was a violent cat, boy.
To all the
Ghetto
babies.
Matter of fact, that's the name of this episode. You said that. Worst Behavior episode 11. This goes out to all the ghetto babies. What's it called?
Ooh, what?
That was a violent cat, boy.
It was extremely violent. But that was.
He said, "What do I enjoy, baby?" And that is popping off your kneecaps.
What a bicycle chain.
That your
album.
gut hang, but
Yeah, that album was, and that's when what came out. I remember. That's when 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying came out.
And 50 Cent wasn't nearly as violent as Mr. Biggs.
Yeah. So it was just Get Rich or Die Trying in the Mr. Biggs.
I mean, Mr. Biggs had a whole song, and I mean, the hook was "Die, fuck, nigga, die."
Yes, that was the intro, wasn't it?
Die, fuck, nigga, die, fuck, nigga,
die, fuck, nigga, die, fuck, nigga.
Yeah, the whole this cat is. I mean, that he's the reason why your parents don't want you to listen to rap.
Right, absolutely.
I mean,
I knew my mom would have a heart attack if she knew.
I remember my mom got mad and took a CD away from me because I accidentally took the headphones out, and it was the Jay-Z skit when the guy was like, "Fuck you, pay me. Fuck you, pay me," or Value 2. I can only imagine what she would do if she heard Mr. Biggs.
That Volume 2 album, though, like,
that's a
Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
Like, I knew nothing about Jay-Z until my cousin gave my brother a car, and we went up to Jersey to get the car. And we went up there to get the car. We were driving the car back. That little, we called a Night Rider.
Yeah, I remember Night Rider, the black one.
So we came back. I don't think the radio even worked in that mug. And we had one CD to drive like the 12, 13 hours.
Damn.
And that was that Volume 2.
I know that in New Jersey. I took it before.
So after that, me and Jay-Z were well acquainted. That Volume 2, I rocked that.
Jay-Z
CD.
just dropped. I haven't done a podcast in that long. That Jay-Z just dropped another album. What's it called? Jay-Z. This is 13th album, and I think Volume 2 is one of my favorites that he had. Reasonable Doubt, of course. Volume 2.
I can actually say this, and I probably shouldn't admit this, but the 444.
I like 444. It's pretty good.
This is the first Jay-Z album I listened to all the way through since Volume 3.
I didn't like I listened to this one, but with Jay-Z though, you gotta listen to it more than once. Like it's because he always
the first time through, I was like, this is a banger.
I like you gotta listen to it more than once. I didn't like his last album, Holy Grail. But I think the reason I didn't like, because I thought it got dry after like track 8, and then after that the album kind of got dry. But one thing, I think I anticipated more because he dropped the commercial during the NBA Finals, and throughout the whole commercial, it was all the best producers: Rick Rubin, Pharrell, Timbaland, in the commercial. And I was like, oh man, you about to drop something crazy here. And then when I heard it, I was like, I don't know how the fuck I just said, That sounded so bad. I ain't got to throw a pause in after that. Pause. I said,
Speaking of pause, I got a pause story for you.
Oh man,
but first I'm gonna say this about the Jay-Z album. Well, this is about new albums in general.
I can't wait to hear the pause story.
This is going back to Camp Bob Cooper.
Oh wow.
But these 10-track albums, I'm loving them, man. I don't have the attention span to listen to an album more than 30 minutes.
Illmatic. Always tell people, Illmatic, one of the best albums of all time, is 48 minutes long.
Yeah.
10 tracks.
Yeah.
Give
me a good 10-track. Keep it between 32 and
I remember
40 minutes, and I'm solid.
Pusha T, his last album, which I really like, wasn't that long. He was like 40-something minutes. Yeah, like I ain't trying to listen to. I'm not listening to nobody rap for over an hour. Yeah. Not anymore, because it's hard for me to watch videos on Facebook or any videos I see that are long. Like, I guess that's why I haven't been to the movies.
All right, so the pause story. You remember this?
I want to hear this pause story.
You remember this story?
I think if I do hear it, I will remember it.
You remember being at Camp Bob Cooper. Mm-hmm. This is a Coach Bird story.
Okay.
One night, I probably shouldn't even tell this story, but I'm gonna tell the story anyways.
Okay.
Israel was in. He used to be in this little. We had the bunk beds in there. He used to be in the corner. At a certain point at night, after the lights went off, we all be talking, tripping, whatever, talking trash, whatever. And Israel wouldn't do nothing. He wouldn't contribute anything to the conversation but laughs. But they always like an extra laugh. You're like, that nigga laughing kind of hard, right? I mean, my joke ain't that funny.
Yeah.
So by about the third, fourth night, I was like, something ain't right. Like Israel laughing a little hard at these jokes, right? I said, I think this nigga got snacks, yo. So what Israel was doing, he's laughing all hard so nobody can hear him open up his bags, right? So I run up on him. I find. I'm like, yo, what's going on, man? So anyway, Israel give me a little fun-sized bag, classic potato chips, right?
Hey, boy, you know how good those taste?
It was like drugs, man. Like, what? You couldn't eat nothing.
Feed it. You was only getting 3 meals a day.
Yeah, and that food was horrible.
Sucked.
So I go over, me and Paul. We sharing a bag.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Paul Brown. Sure, he's going to Panther camp this year. No doubt.
Yes, sir. Keeping that dream alive.
Keeping that dream alive.
Boy. But anyhow, so me and Paul sharing this fun-sized bag of potato chips, right? You know they come around every night and they doing the checks in the room.
Yeah.
You know you can't be out of their bed, especially after we done, like, a couple nights before, we've been running and everything because them boys been jumping out windows. So the door opened. So I jump in the bed with
Those
Paul.
same guys in the really jumping out windows.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another story. So I jump in the bed with Paul. Now my bed right by the door, and I had a towel up so you can't see in there. So I jump in the bed with Paul. So Coach Bird is looking around with the flashlight. He come over to Paul's bed.
I remember this.
He see me and Paul on the bed.
I remember
and
this.
All he said to this day, the only thing he said to us is in that moment, he said, I don't want to know. He walked out, he turned the light off, walked out of the room, and has never mentioned it again. So to this day, he might think that I'm gay. Well,
you know what, Bird? He did the absolute mature thing. Because a lot of guys would have whipped back, oh no. I know what happened. I know you're not gay. Even though you did start this show off saying our relationship. But pause. But yes, that is awesome.
Yeah. I wonder, like, I'd love to see Coach Bird right now, and he'd probably be like, I don't want to talk about it. But he never mentioned it again.
That's funny. I think I am going to end with this because you said something about relationships, and you said something about relationships, and somebody might think you're gay, but he handled it maturely. there is somebody that I am upset with. Well, I ain't gonna say I'm upset with. I really don't care because I don't know the person. But
This is the teacher who touched you in 2nd grade.
no, I didn't get touched by no teacher in 2nd grade. It was 3rd grade.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, what are you talking about?
my bus.
Yeah, it was R. Kelly.
That doesn't make it okay.
It makes it worse. Oh no, this is the podcast where worse means good. No, it makes it good. It makes it good. It makes it good. It makes it good.
Stop saying that.
Yeah. Damn. Oh my god, it's so bad. Okay. Well, you know what we have to edit. We're not editing none of this. But there was a guy I saw do an interview a couple weeks ago, and he was saying that he wouldn't respect any black man who dated a white woman. And I think you like who you like. And then with Dr. Umar.
No, he didn't say that. What he said was a black man dating outside of his race.
I heard what he said.
He said it will be hard for him to get his respect. He didn't say impossible.
Okay.
He said
but
hard.
It doesn't matter. It'd be hard for you to get respect because you could be doing great things, and just because you're dating outside race doesn't mean anything. You like who you like. So you said like you know the man personally.
No, I'm just saying. I feel like it's important to make that clarification.
We do this
because there is a difference.
Well, listen, it's 2017. You like who you like. If you like a man, and you a man, that's fine. That's your problem, not mine. I don't got to worry about it.
If you like a man, that's fine.
No, I said if you like a man and you a man, that's fine. That's your problem. I like women. You can do what you want. Same thing with women. If you like women. You know, now R. Kelly, you not condone. Don't think I'm going to say something, but if you black, you like white women, or white and you like black men, or vice versa, black women like white men. That's all cool. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, Puerto Rican, Asian, Latino, you know, everything. If it doesn't matter, what's it called, Dr. Umar? You do get the worst behavior. Fuck you of the week.
Okay. Let me say
gets
something. But let me say this. Let's put this in context, all right?
I am going to put it in context.
Let's put this in context. So I understand what you're saying. You like who you like.
Yeah.
That's fine. You're in America. I mean, you're as free as they lead us to believe we are.
Yes.
So you have some freedoms as a human. You can do what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
But you also have to understand where Umar is. And you also have to understand that we're in a period right now where, systematically speaking, we're being oppressed. We're being killed, gunned down in the streets. There's opportunity, like systematically speaking. Like, one of the things people don't realize about African Americans, say a lot of times we talk about the post-traumatic slave syndrome, and we think, oh, because we have all these issues that came from slavery, right? And psychological issues, right? Which is true, and a lot of this stuff can be explained. A lot of our behaviors now can be explained from traces back to slavery. But my one challenge to that is then explain Reconstruction. But wait a minute. So, yes, black people we may have some issues. Yes, we may have some post-traumatic slave syndrome we suffer from, right?
Yes.
But during Reconstruction, we have beautiful black neighborhoods. We have probably more black people in political offices in this country than we have now or at any point in our history. So black people were running the country politically. They were running neighborhoods. Black fatherhood was higher than legitimacy was higher than any other race. So we were doing great until they said we got to cut this shit out, and then systematically started to oppress and tear down our race. So having said that, Umar being Pan-African, which I respect, is saying in order for black people to get out of this situation, for us to fix our problems, we have to do it. It's not going to be any other race. No one else is going to do it. Therefore, the foundation of a nation is going to be the family. So what he's saying is we have to continue to build black families and be loyal to black families when you know the percentage of black women are never going to get married, and then a black man goes and marry a black woman. Like, we take feelings out of it and look at marriage as a business. Yeah. And I'm just like, I respect the fact that he's preaching a message that says, look, black men.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
1 in 4, 3 and 4 sisters ain't gonna have a husband. Like, marry that sister, build black families. You know what I'm saying? So that we can, the nation, whether that be here in America or that be in Africa or wherever it may be, so that the place that our children or our children's children grow up in is going to be much different from what it is today.
I can agree with that, but I would rather him say what you said than what he said.
But I mean, you have a small amount of time, and I feel like his body of work has kind of communicated that. And
I would take a dump in his back seat.
Well, that's probably not a good idea. But what I am saying is like that,
it's always a good idea. Put dump somewhere.
That's a good idea. But I just like that. We cannot gloss over the fact that systematically, it's like some black people. I get it. I live downtown, and I'm like, gentrification. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see when they're revamping these neighborhoods, making them better, etc.
Yeah, cocaine does a lot of things to the community.
Right. But we have to understand is that it's not as simple as, it's not just like, I used to have the mentality of, well, if they're raising the tax in the area, just sell your property so that you don't lose it. But then when we look at how they systematically will destroy an area, move you out of an area, everything from creating food deserts or allowing them to happen, quote unquote, to a lot of different things they do systematically, from credit card redlining, et cetera. There's so many different things they do that is a systematic way of getting people out of the area, and it's not just, well, we just woke up one day and decided this place was more valuable. The taxes went up, and you couldn't afford it, you lost your place. And so I just don't want that to get lost. I don't want people to think that it's just a fair fight. Like I was saying before about my views on gentrification. I mean, I used to be like, well, shit, make it better. I don't want to live in the slums like that. But then I still agree with making it better, but I realize what they're doing and how it's all planned. There is no coincidences. And so I'm like, I mean, if you think about like white people in general, they're a minority, right? And so we're led to believe they're the majority. We have to understand in many states in the union right now, there are more white people dying than are being born. So right now, like so we say you like who you like, right?
Yes.
Now, if you were to ask a white girl, now she'd actually have to think about this, but if you were to ask her, okay, you like who you like these brothers, right? Are you okay with there being no more white people in 30 years? No, if you were to ask her that, and then it's just probably something she never thought about. But if you were to straight up ask her, like, no, I want you to really tell me, are you okay with there being no more white people in 30 years? Her answer would probably be no. It's not because she's a bad person, but it's probably like, damn, I don't want to see no more white people. Or she might be thinking, these niggas gonna rape me if there's no more white people because black people gonna be in control, which comes back to propaganda.
And OJ might be getting parole.
Yeah, but we have to understand that
hanging out with Bill Cosby.
That white people have made this, and not all white people. When I say white people, I'm talking about systematically here, right? But they did this whole thing where we fear black people. We're afraid of black people. They're criminals or whatever else. But the white man's the only person who will rape, rob, and steal and pillage villages and everything else. It's like not inherently black people.
Yeah.
But not to get off topic.
No,
if you would have asked a white girl if she was okay with there not being any more white people in 30 years, her answer's probably gonna be no.
The one thing.
So you have to understand this. With the white race being in decline, they are doing it. They are systematically, purposely preserving their race. In order to do that, and to stay in power, because they are dwindling in numbers, there's a couple things they have to do. They have to make other lighter races honorary white people. That's why you have a lot of Asians, like the Japanese. That's why you had that become honorary white people, right? But in order to do that, you have to be intentional. You don't just say, well, in 30 years or 40 years or whatever the numbers say, which means my grandchildren are going to grow up in a world in which black people are going to be in control. They're going to be the majority, and I'm just going to let that happen. Hell no. If you were white, you wouldn't let it happen. I wouldn't. After all we did.
The only and I got a lot of white friends. The only thing that I worry about when I'm out with my white friends or hanging with my white friends is that at some point they're gonna remember that they white. And if you understand that, you know what I mean. I'm not, at some point they gonna remember that they white.
So, I say all that to say, the average white person, when we're talking about oppression, we're talking about systematic racism, we know that we're not talking about the average white person. Like, my mind is always blown, even though being downtown is only a 20-minute drive. When I come back to Monk's Corner to work on the property or whatever the case may be, show a home, sell a home, whatever it is, I come back and I see all these Confederate flags all over the place, and it just blows my mind that there are literally people here that think
the Confederacy.
Yeah, but it blows my mind that there's literally people here that hate me because of the color of my skin.
I don't think they hate you. I think it's like the Confederate flag.
Well,
I was listening to one podcast, and the guy asked a good friend of mine who was on this podcast, would you have sex with a girl wearing a Confederate flag shirt? And I paused it and bust out laughing and called somebody and said, this is what he has him does, whatever. And I was like, wear the Confederate flag shirt? Man, I love girls. And I turned down the room, ain't nothing but Confederate flags. I'm like, hey, like, I'm going in to fight for the Confederacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this for what? Wearing the Confederate flag shirt? Man, I remember one time I was doing it. Doing it with this chick. I rolled out of bed to get dressed and looked up, and I just saw a gun cabinet. And in the back of the gun cabinet was a Confederate flag hanging up. I said, boy, it's time for me to get my ass up out of here. You ain't never seen nobody move that fast with some boots.
Yeah. I heard a dude, matter of fact, I heard a dude calling to a radio station. He was calling a podcast yesterday, and he was like, it's a black guy. He's like, man, you know, I'm trying to holler at these white girls, man, you know. But every time I try to holler at one, I get scared. I be like, where is she? Like, call the police on me. And I was like, that's funny because I don't know if you ever had thoughts like that, but that's a legitimate thought. I've had that thought.
I mean, I never
like,
had that thought.
Talking about talking to a white girl in this climate. It's like,
nah, I never had that thought. I never had that thought at all. I don't have no problem talking to any girl. I'm just good looking.
I think that's a note to end the show on right there.
That is a note to end the show. Thanks to Pitch Black Studios, last recorded here.
Pitch Black.
Shout out to Pitch Black as always. Dynamite Sampson always looking out for us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Deak. I appreciate
Shout out to Deak.
I'm definitely not his replacement, but it was nice filling in for him.
Deak is like I said, Deak is watching the girls at R. Kelly house this week. This is his week to do it. Now, Deak, like I said, Deak is gearing up for this movie, man. He's taking it. He's taking it. He's gearing up for it. He's doing his thing. So everybody wish him luck for that. One more shout out I gotta make. Amber Pretty, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, opening Pretty Couture soon. So let's wish her luck on that. So big shout out to her as well. Good luck, Amber. And that's it. I got nothing else to say. Bird said enough. His views do not reflect the Worst Behavior podcast. But everybody knows Bird. I think this episode was good. I enjoyed it. It was episode 11. So, everybody, good night.
If you got, let me give out my social media handle.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I always forget because I'm not big on social media like that.
Yeah, so you can get at me on Instagram at coach_bird. That's with a U, B-U-R-D, so coach_bird. Or on Facebook, you can find me by my government, Daniel Burden. So that's me. Those are the only two platforms I really use.
Yeah, Facebook, BJ McKelvey. Also like the On Our Worst Behavior page. Subscribe to the YouTube page, YouTube/On Our Worst Behavior. I am also on Instagram. It is BJ Worst Behavior. So that is it. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall.
That's my cue.
No.